Here it is. Bicycle said checking in once again with the man himself, Mr. Gary Russell Jr. Man, you see him, He in the gym as always, doing work as always, teaching as always, man. What's happening?
Man, we staying locked in, man. Antonio is getting ready for a match coming up June 7th. We're trying to get him ready for that. Antoine just coming off a good victory, the new WBA world champion. Trying to keep him locked in and focused, and simultaneously just keeping my wheels spinning. I love staying in shape, in some type of shape. So working with my younger brother, making sure everybody's situated, That's basically what's been going on, man. No whining, no complaining.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, like you said, you in the gym as always, man. In our last conversations, I talked with, my guy, and, they, along with many others, we talk about, hey, man, the way you be working, it's like you about to, like, get back in the ring and then pretty soon. But, we talked about that and everything. So, I know that the people demand it. You talk about it too, man. So, like, how is it to kind of, like, continue to get that, love as far as like the fans say, hey man, we liked you in the ring, man. We want to see you in the ring again.
I mean, it's sweet. It goes to show the work, the effort, that I put in within the sport. The fact that I was the longest reigning champion in the sport, speaks volumes on my skill set and my pedigree, and to be able to hand it over to my younger brother, I think that's what makes it so sweet. It's also flattering to know that the fans still admire the skills and the talent that I brought within the sport, so it's definitely flattering, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And like I said, you teach the brothers there, and you had that great performance by Antoine on March 1st over at Barclays. Him, getting that WBA super lightweight title against Rayo Valenzuela. Like you said, you had some tools in the bag for that particular fight where they had the last conversation before that. So you're able to utilize all that, and Antoine had like one of the best performances in his career on that night.
There you go. I'm just grateful that he was open-minded. He listened. He stuck to the game plan. We stuck to the script. With every coach and fighter, you have to have a certain level of this chemistry, and belief within one another. That's my little brother. I ain't gonna never tell him nothing wrong, So he had a certain level of belief and trust in the information that I was giving him for him to go out there and do it and execute the game plan.
Yeah, that was it. It was executing the game plan. He had like lots of moments of success and things like that. But also, if there was like any type of, trouble or something that might have been an issue, he just stepped back, recalibrated, and stuck to the script. Went back to the jab a couple of times there, just reset and, made sure that he had control of the fight from round 1 to round 12.
There you go. And that's what matters. We wanted to maintain control of the fight. We wanted to press the action without being reckless. There's ways of being exciting without being reckless. That's what we wanted to execute. I tell my brothers before every fight, the difference between good and great is inches and centimeters, and the ability to produce. So that's what he done on that night, man. And we want to continue to be able to duplicate that process.
Yeah, exactly. You talk about, when Antonio getting ready for his fight here coming up and things like that, like him getting in the mix in that, around like 122 and whatnot. So, we seeing him, and he's, kind of like said, he's been eager to like get back, get busy and everything like that to kind of like show like, hey, he should be one of those guys we mentioned at the top of 122 pounds. So how you doing with him, getting him ready?
Well, like I say, this is going to be a good fight. We wanted to get another fight in. As of now, I believe he's ranked like 5. He's ranked number 5 in the world. He's real close to getting ready to compete for one of these titles. I was the longest reigning champion in the sport. Antoine is now the current WBA champion. There's never been 3 homegrown brothers to become world champions, So if Antonio is to become a world champion here soon, we'll write our name in history once again. Of course, we had the Russell brothers there, doing their thing in the amateurs. Now, being able to achieve that in the pros, that would be something there that would, last forever in the sport of boxing, to have 3 brothers to be world champions. Yeah, it's crazy. The percentage of becoming an Olympian is like 0.1% or some shit like that. You know, my father created 2 Olympians. You know, I was a 2008 Olympian. Antoine was a 2016 Olympian. I was a world champion. Of course, unfortunately, my father wasn't here, you know, but his pedigree, along with, you know, my guidance and tutelage, you know what I'm saying, got Antoine to become a world champion, you know, and God willing, we can keep the line moving with Antonio.
Yeah, exactly. Keep the line moving, keep the Russell legacy moving there. You know, guide him to a world championship, and you know, like I said, that would be history making there for the sport of boxing, man. You know, I want to see that to be part of the whole thing with the Boxing Hall of Fame too, man. Because I know we talked about that as well, as far as like having your name entered in there for the Hall of Fame, and you know, having your brothers also be part of that too. So that's the thing about it, building up, you know, the legacy and getting them ready. Have a world champion right now with
taking
Antoine,
off, Antonio.
and having Antonio be on the way there for a world championship. So that's the thing about it, man. It's working towards that goal.
That's right. You know, iron sharpens iron. You know, to all of the fans that genuinely support us, you know, I appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. You know, it's definitely not in vain. And to the haters, y'all know how I feel, man. Stop playing.
Go ahead, stop playing with it, man.
Stop playing. Y'all know what's up.
Stop playing with it. I mean, you know what the deal is, man. Y'all see it. Mr. Man himself, Mr. Gary Russell Jr. You know what it is, man. Thanks for chopping up with the Boxing Source as always, man.
Always a pleasure, man. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yes, sir.